Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, however you are around the world, however you are. Jesus Christ, you could tell that it's an early me doing a video. But hello, everyone. Welcome back to a post-match reaction to Liverpool making it to Wembley. Yes, the Reds are in the League Cup final or Carabao Cup final, whichever one you want to say. Energy drink final, either way. But look, the Reds are in another final. Jurgen Klopp is in yet another final. And the first one for Liverpool 2.0. And we're going to discuss everything from last night. Again, apologies that the show is this afternoon and not last night. It should have been last night and ran out of time. So I apologize for that indeed. But look, at the end of the day, the Reds are in a final against Chelsea. We all know how finals and Chelsea work out. More so in recent years, we all know how that is. And of course, 2 seasons ago, we beat them twice at Anfield South at Wembley. So look, at the end of the day, easy going. No, I'm joking. Of course, it's going to be a tough game against Chelsea. But let me know how all of you are in the comment section down below. Of course, we'll be discussing Lucho's goal. Obviously, Liverpool getting the lead in the game. And of course, we'll just be discussing just the main topics. Of course, obviously, Lucho getting his goal. I thought Maka last night had a fantastic game. Joe Gomez will discuss as well. Virgil van Dijk, I think, again, showed examples of why he is the best centre back in the world. Again, look, I think all Liverpool supporters are sick and tired of saying it when Virgil gets compared to Saliba and all these other centre halves, and I genuinely laugh at it because they're not on this level. Personally, again, some people may disagree with it, and they may watch this and go, "Oh, typical Liverpool fan going on about Virgil van Dijk." But for me, he is the best at the moment, and there's no stopping him at the minute, and no stopping this Liverpool team neither, because yet again it's another final under Jurgen Klopp, and when we look at it, and I think at the start of the season, I think if anyone had said, look, you're going to reach the League Cup final, I think all of us would have taken that at the start of the season. And for Liverpool, it's a massive step in the right direction. You look at last season, I think it is to this day last year that we lost 3-0 to Brighton, and I think a lot of questions was asked of Jurgen Klopp back 12 months ago. I think a lot of Liverpool supporters very much kept the trust, and obviously for me, there was no other better person to take Liverpool forward than Jurgen Klopp at the time. And I think again we're seeing why again Liverpool can have a meltdown in the season and come back stronger. And for me, this season's proving it, because look, it is the beginning of Liverpool 2.0. It's not, again, it's a new team, it's a new system, it's a new team going forward. And I think that the if Liverpool can get to another final some way this season and obviously still maintain the lead in the Premier League, look, the first year of this new team going pretty well, and it can only get better with the like of obviously even look at this team at the minute, and the team from last night: no Trent, no Robbo. I know Robbo's on the bench, but still, no Endo, no Szoboszlai, no Mo Salah in that way as well. So again, there's plenty of players to come back and make this team even better, which I'm just saying it, if we can maintain what we've been doing so far this season, it's going to be a very good season for Liverpool, for sure, indeed. Anyway, but evening, Tom. Hopefully doing well, mate. Saying yes, Condog. Good to see you in here, Tom. As well, Tom. Let me know your thoughts on the game as well, and if you're watching as well, let me know your guys' thoughts. But on a look, last night was the Fulham had one job, and that was not concede first. And look, thanks to Lucho's goal, obviously, again, massive help for Liverpool in terms of confidence-wise and in terms of just in general, having that process of, again, not going in to concede first, like typical Liverpool, like what we've done this season and what we've done in previous games as well, because that's the problem that we've had this season. We've conceded first, and then the pressure then mounts up and so on. And like what we saw in the last 10 minutes of the game last night, after we conceded the goal. But for me, it was the fact that we we didn't take opportunities last night. It wasn't like if Liverpool lucky to get the first goal and then just kind of like just held out then for the rest of the game. Realistically, Liverpool should have won by 3 or 4 goals last night. And that's, again, something that Liverpool need to work on, I think, going on in the future. Obviously, you know, again, got Darwin, got Jota, Diaz, Gakpo there as well, but it's just converting the chances. Like last night, Lucho could have got 2 goals. Darwin was unlucky not to get a goal last night, and it was like, again, but there was the general play of Liverpool was commanding, it was dominant, and that's what Liverpool did for the majority of the game, was dominate the game. Fulham barely had a chance, I think, in the entire game. I think, you know, I think the last 15 minutes, look, that was when they started to wake up a little bit. I think once they realized, like, look, we're going to have to do something here, otherwise we're out of the competition. But overall, and in an overall sense, Liverpool massively deserved to win. And like I said, commanding in the first half. I can't remember Fulham having a chance, or a clear-cut chance anyway. I think Willian had a shot on target. I think when he cut inside on the from the left, and then, you know, shot, and it was straight down Kelleher's throw. But overall, you know, like, Liverpool massively deserved to win, and you know, now we face Chelsea, which will be a tough game. Look, we can all say our thoughts on Chelsea and overall their season, but I think in the last 6 Prem games, they're the most informed team, points-wise. I'm not saying just overall, but it's going to be a tough game. But again, Liverpool, in recent memory, against Chelsea in cup finals, it's been pretty good. And of course, you know, again, against Pochettino in recent memories, it's been really good as well. I think Pochettino, I think he's only beat Klopp once, and that was the 4-1 loss at Wembley, where we had an absolute mare, and Dejan Lovren got substituted, I think, after the 38th minute, which, again, I don't want to relive that anymore. But look, at the end of the day, bring it on. And look, for me as well, it's exciting, because we all gone about like, oh, what could this season mean in terms of, again, the league, and you know, and I think some people are like, oh, well, I would rather focus on the league and so on. For me personally, I think Liverpool can go on and, you know, win the cup. I think Europa League. I think Liverpool minimum this season win 2 trophies. That might be mad for me to say right now, but I think we win the final. I personally do believe that. Watch it be a 0-0 and we win it on penalties again. But I think we go on and win the cup, and I also think we go on and win something else, whether that be the league title, whether that be Europa League, or even the FA Cup. But I think this season is going to be very successful, and that's, you know, due to a number of players, and more, you know, and like I said about Virgil van Dijk, he's one for me that Liverpool, if we can keep him, you know, at a rate where, again, he's getting rested and then playing important games. Like, look at last night. I think obviously due to Liverpool resting him in the Europa League, that massively helped as well. But it's not only him, it's, you know, the people like Alexis McAllister. For me, he's been brilliant since coming back from the injury in the 6th role. I think, as Jurgen Klopp mentioned it as well, you know, he is Liverpool's number 6 now. I think we all say, you know, oh, well, Liverpool could do in the January transfer market, and go, oh, could we add to it? And of course we could. We could definitely bring in a defensive mid that would allow then Maka to go on the left-hand side of midfield and be like that. But I think at the minute, with the combination, when Endo does come back from the Asia Games, you've got Maka, you've got Endo, then I think that those two, I think, are good enough for now. I also think Liverpool have obviously given themselves time to potentially, if there isn't you know, a top DM that comes about now, Liverpool should have a free run at whoever's next in that position. Now, of course, we know football doesn't work like that sometimes, but still, it's obviously something that Liverpool could look at. Obviously, Joshua Kimmich has got linked. There's a good video on that tomorrow as well on the channel, pre-recorded. It's going to be because I'm just trying to work out what's going to happen. So yeah, so it's going to be pre-recorded. That'll be tomorrow, and then match preview for Norwich will be either late, well, obviously 9 o'clock on Friday or 9 o'clock on Saturday. That's either way, but it'll be pre-recorded. Won't be live for you guys. But still, speaking about the DM, for me, Maka has been brilliant, and people have said that McAllister hasn't been good for Liverpool this season. For me, he's been massively underrated all season long, and now we're starting to see people turn their heads and go, oh, you know what, McAllister's actually been quite good. And last night was another example of when he went off, Liverpool struggled defensively. Obviously, bringing on Curtis Jones, not the best option as a number 6, don't get me wrong, but when Maka left the pitch, Liverpool midfield wise, we looked awful. And obviously, again, Maka can't play every single game, even the FA Cup on the weekend. You would think that Mackham probably might start the game because he went off so early. I think I say early, went off on the 68th minute. But again, we want to keep Maka fit while Endo's not here, because again, if he is not available, again, you don't have Trent at the minute that can play as a 6. You're left then with an option then of potentially playing either Curtis Jones or Bobby Clark as your defensive 6. Or to be fair, you could play Joe Gomez there at the minute with his form at the present moment in time. Anyway, but again, guys, let me know how all of you are. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well on Liverpool getting to the final. I'm very much looking forward to it against Chelsea, and hoping you lot are as well. But evening, Bri, hopefully you're doing well, mate. Saying delighted to get Wembley, but I'm sick of playing Chelsea. Yeah, exactly. And look, people, I've seen Chelsea supporters going on about like, oh, they're not worried about Liverpool and this, that, and the other. Oh, look at the start of the season and so on. And the thing I would say towards that is, look, it was a brand new team for Liverpool away from home in the first game of the season. Look at what's happened since. I'm just saying. But overall, again, it will be a tough game. Again, Liverpool Chelsea. It's always either a draw or Liverpool win. So take that into consideration. But look, at the end of the day, hopefully Liverpool can get over the line anyway. But Johnson is saying, hi, do you think Keller will leave in the summer? If we get the right offer, he deserves to play more first team football. Probably. Again, good saves last night as well. I'm a bit nervous with him playing the final, I'm not going to lie. But I think Keller will be gone next summer. But I said this last year, but probably this time last year, I think all of us were saying the same thing, that he would definitely leave in the summer and Liverpool would buy a number 2 goalkeeper. Maybe that's still the case. I know that Liverpool are looking, I think, in the Serie A for a couple of goalkeepers. But yeah, I'm not too sure. But again, it has to be the right offer. Liverpool, I think minimum would want 15 mil for him, 20 mil. So again, we just have to wait and see, won't we? But yeah, I personally think this is Keller's last season for Liverpool, because I think he's 27, I think, next year. So again, time does fly. But McAllister was getting a few knocks last night. I was happy to take him off, but we did drop off badly. Yeah, no, and look, it's not great, is it? Like I said, when you've got Curtis Jones as your number 6 option, don't get me wrong, I think Curtis Jones has been amazing this season, but there was a few times last night after McAllister went off that Curtis Jones was pressing and there was so much space in the 6, and I think Fulham got a lot of joy from that. You look at the goal as well, obviously defensively for sure, wasn't good from, I think, everyone. Obviously, but again, it's a bit hard to criticize anyone because, again, Conor Bradley had an amazing game. And it was just that one little moment. And to be fair, Liverpool should have had the game done when Fulham scored their goal, in my opinion. Liverpool should have been up 3 or 4-0. And we didn't take our chances. So we got a bit lucky in that sense of, we're not going to say that, Liverpool weren't lucky. But at the end of the day, you need to ride your luck. And that's what we've done so far this season. It's not been the prettiest most of the time. We've just got the results, and that's the most important thing in football. And I was listening to something earlier on, and so I think it was an Arsenal fan saying that this Liverpool team reminded him of us in 21-22 when we're not playing brilliantly, and every Liverpool supporter saying that, okay, Liverpool are not performing the best, but we're somehow getting the results, and we're somehow in this final, we're somehow chasing a few things. And I think that's the the confidence side of it. And I think all of us have said it. We're not going to see Liverpool at their best until March time. I think in terms of play styles, in terms of again the team being fluent in defensive shape and attacking shape, and I think that's the best thing at the minute. The fact that Liverpool are winning games off the bench, they're winning games just in general, and I think that's so confidence wise. Again, you look at the league table. I think the next week is massive for Liverpool. In terms of, again, we've got Norwich on Sunday, Chelsea then on Wednesday. It's then Arsenal then I think on the Sunday as well. So it's a very, very important time for Liverpool. If Liverpool can win Chelsea at home, or beat Chelsea and then beat Arsenal, you've got to put us as favourites then, I would say, for the title. You've really got to put us as favourites. Actually, I say that, I know that City will come back. We know, again, they've got a game in hand. If they win that, they're 2 points behind. The big game for Liverpool, if Liverpool are top when we play Manchester City and we beat Man City, Liverpool have a very good run in them for the title. The only thing that's horrible, looking at the run-in, I think we were looking at it yesterday, was I think Villa. We've got Villa on the last away game of the season, which is horrendous. Villa away from home. So you hope Liverpool get the league title wrapped up before then. But lucky it's gonna be a very nerve-wracking end of the season, but very exciting as well. But he's definitely leaving, needs to play, absolutely 100%. We have got some good youngsters to come. We thrashed Arsenal 7-1 in the Youth Cup. We did. But the other thing to that as well was we got battered. Was it yesterday? I think was it yesterday or the day before? Liverpool under 18s got battered 8-0 by Ajax under 18s, which is not good, is it? Coming off that win, but still, look, those types of academies are ridiculous as well. But look, it was a good win. And for sure, we've got really good youngsters coming through. I like again, and they'll be given opportunities. If they're good enough, they'll be given opportunities. Look at the time Jurgen Klopp's been in the team, or Jurgen Klopp's been here. Sorry, again you've had Trent, you've had Curtis, you had Harvey. I know we bought Harvey, but still Jurgen gave him. Jurgen fully believed in Harvey Elliott when he was signed, and then obviously went out on loan and so on as well. But you've got Connor Bradley, Owen Beck, Konza as well. Obviously, there's been a few that we hoped that would work out. I think, for me personally, I think Musilowski, I think he's definitely one that, sadly, due to the injuries, it hasn't worked out. And you just, again, there's probably players even in the youth team now that we don't really take a look at, and in about 2-3 years' time, they'll be in the first team. And that's, that's credit to Liverpool, to be fair, on that sense as well. But Burnley, Forest, Palace, he's good enough for that level. Yeah, I think that Keller gets into a Premier League team for sure next season. It's just the problem is who pays it. That's the only thing. If we can hold that 2-point lead and beat them, could be enough. Yeah, I think it will be enough. If we can somehow extend, sorry, chat, my back bloody itching. I tried not to itch it. If we can extend the lead before the City game and then beat City at Anfield, that's huge. And like I said, the next week is massive for Liverpool in terms of the cup, in terms of Chelsea and Arsenal. That's a huge week. Like if we lose both those games, it's then, oh crap, like Liverpool, we're in the mix again, and we allow City and Arsenal to be back in it. But if we beat them both, that's them putting the marker down of, look, Liverpool are a team to not mess with. And when we do look at the next couple of games, we've got Robbo coming back. I think Dom, I think Zobo and Trent will be back for Chelsea, I think Jurgen said today, didn't he, in the press conference, that Szoboszlai will be back for Norwich. Is just seeing whether or not, if they're going to tempt him to play or not. Obviously you don't want him to re-injure the hamstring again. So again, want to take that as precaution. But Trent should be back for Chelsea. Robbo's already back, so you'd suspect that he might play against Norwich on the weekend. But overall, Liverpool should be back to full strength. Definitely for Chelsea, I would say for sure. But it's overall just the feeling of, again, Liverpool at the point of the minute, Liverpool playing really good football, and that's without the likes of, again, Endo, Szoboszlai, Salah. Like, again, we've got people coming back, which is scary to think as well. But I'm not going to mention Thiago and Bicette as well, because every time we get told that they're closer and closer. That report, I think, came out yesterday about Thiago, that, there's hope that he'll be back before the end of the season. It's like, yeah, we've heard this story before as well. But hopefully we see Thiago Bicette before the end of the season. High dream summer signing. How many do you think? In terms of summer signings, probably 3. Centre half, a right wing option, and another midfielder. Maybe DM that we finally look at. But yeah, centre half, I think, definitely is one. I think Matip replacement is the one. Whether that be, again, I think, is it Guy? I think the Palace centre half got linked today. I don't really see that happening, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, dream signing Kylian Mbappe would be the one, but I'm not going to mention that, otherwise Ricky's going to get mad. Evening, Luke. Of course, I will be on the 1892 Reds TV as well at 6. I think we're talking about Fulham as well, so I'll be over there talking about that as well. And yeah, if anyone's also going to the game on Sunday, I'll be at the game as well. I'm going to the FA Cup game. Actually looking forward to it as well. So yeah, hopefully we beat Norwich now, because we don't, I'm going to be in a horrible mood Sunday as well anyway. But overall as well, one person I haven't mentioned before, I do forget, is Joe Gomez. I think Jurgen described him as a lifesaver, and he has been a lifesaver for Liverpool this season. And to think about what Joe Gomez was 12 months ago, again, poor performance against I was going to say, yeah, Brighton in the FA Cup and in the league as well. And then the Real Madrid game in the Champions League. That, I don't think he played a game after that neither, I don't think, for Liverpool. I think he was either left on the bench or just wasn't involved with the squad. But something's definitely changed over the last 6 to 8 months. Joe Gomez has just transformed. And it's, for me, he's probably Liverpool, apart from Virgil van Dijk, I would say he's Liverpool's most consistent defender, which is promising, and it's really, really promising. I genuinely think, though, as well, like, we're talking about, and I've mentioned, in terms of Robbo and in terms of, Costa as well, when they come back. I don't think Joe Gomez gets out of the team at the minute, personally. I would definitely wouldn't drop him at the minute. I think that he's definitely, like I said, apart from Virgil van Dijk, he's probably Liverpool's most consistent defender. And there's just that sense at the minute where, again, when people are informed, don't want to drop them. And obviously, if we were to name Liverpool's best 11, obviously Joe Gomez, I don't think, gets in there. But obviously, it gives Liverpool an option as well of, if we want to play Trent in midfield, again, you can, now you can play Robbo on the left, play Joe Gomez as the right back, invert him even as well, and let Trent play as the 6. But it's also then, again, hopefully, it's also that option that Liverpool have got again. And that's just been the thing of this season as well, where, last season we were struggling here and there with players, and, this season they've been brilliant. And that's, for me, down to Jurgen Klopp. Again, when we talk about man management, and I think even, I think go and watch, I think, is it Rio Ferdinand's podcast, I think, when Boateng was on there, and again, he spoke about Jurgen Klopp and like people dying for him, and like again, he's the one manager that he would give everything for, and so on as well. And I feel like that's the same with everyone in the Liverpool squads at the minute. I think Joe Gomez, even in his interview the other week, I think mentioned Jurgen Klopp and was like, he is like he is like a dad. You could do something wrong, and Jurgen Klopp's there for you. And this season, Joe Gomez is proving everyone wrong, including me. I wanted Joe Gomez gone this season, and he's been absolutely brilliant. So fair play to him. That goal is coming in as well, by the way. Joe Gomez banger from 50 yards is coming very, very soon. Anyway, fingers crossed. But yeah, evening, Luke. Anyway, but does anything big up, Connor? What would you do on Sunday if you was Klopp? In terms of what squads, or in terms of what do you mean by that? In terms of squad, I'd rotate. Again, you've got lenience there in terms of, again, it's Norwich. I'd say you start Andy Robbo. I think give him a start. Connor Bradley keeps his place. I wouldn't risk Trent or Szoboszlai. Keep him for Chelsea. I would say personally, but nice one. Hopefully, you get to see a big one. Fingers crossed. I take any win to the Bray as well. Anyway, but hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyway, we can get the win and just move forwards. Because again, hopefully, we get good ties as well in the FA Cup, and not because tomorrow, is it tomorrow? The trying to think. Yeah, it's City Spurs tomorrow, right? On chat, if I can remember correctly. So for me, that's going to be the big one. If Spurs can beat City, that'd be, again, the FA Cup. I'd like to think that Liverpool would be, favourites for that as well. But we'll have to wait and see. But in terms of squad and formation, yeah, 4-3-3 and just rotate. Again, probably start Jota because he didn't play much yesterday. Trying to think, midfield, Maka, Gravenberch again. You could play Bobby Clark in there. Trying to think. Again, if Szoboszlai is fit and available, he can come on for a cameo as well. But I don't want anyone being risked. If there's a slight risk, like again, I think Jurgen even spoke about it today in terms of again, Robbo is fit, but just bringing him back in slowly. Again, give Joe Gomez a rest, give Van Dijk a rest. I'd probably say Alisson does start for the FA Cup, I would think. But yeah, give Virgil a rest. Probably Ibu will start alongside Konza. I'm just trying to think of anyone else. But yeah, just rotation. Gakpo will start, Jota will start. I know Gakpo's played, didn't he? So I don't know. It'd be interesting anyway. Maybe Harvey Elliott right wing. We'll just have to wait and see. But I've been really impressed by young Connor Bradley. In my opinion, he's moved ahead of Ramsey as Trent's backup, whilst Gomez is the backup for the whole of the defence. 100% agree. It's a real shame. I think for Calvin Ramsey, I think there was a lot of promising signs from Calvin Ramsey when we signed him, but it just hasn't worked out. And yeah, I would agree. Connor Bradley's moved ahead in terms of being the backup. Liverpool now have, again, have real promising signs in terms of we've got, the world's best right back, in my opinion, still, a young right back who is performing at such a high level. It's ridiculous, the fact he's performing this good. Left back wise, you've got Joe Gomez, you've got Robbo, you've got Costas there as well. And it's been a while since Liverpool has had quality in terms of backup, and it's throughout the squad now as well. Because again, midfield wise, if you've got everyone fit, my midfield three, if everyone's fit, would be Maka, Szoboszlai, and Curtis Jones. That's my midfield three. I think it's the most balanced midfield that we could have. I know people might go for Gravenberch over Curtis Jones, maybe even Endo over Maka as well. But for me, that's Liverpool's most balanced three. And then I think the front three as well, when we speak about that, I think Liverpool's best front three is Jota, Darwin, and Mo. I think that's Liverpool's best three. when they are fit and available. But it's the fact then we've got then behind that, even in the midfield, you've got Harvey Elliott, Gravenberch, we've still not got Bajcetic yet, but we've got him. Front line, you've got Gakpo, you've got Diaz, you've got, there's so much quality. And this is what Liverpool have massively been impactful this season in terms of being, having an effect off the bench. That's so huge for Liverpool. And it's been wonderful to see as well so far this season, for sure. But Beck maybe, Owen Beck might be given a chance for sure. Possibly could be Conor Bradley and Owen Beck, right back and left back. Give Robbo half an hour. Then, again, it'll probably will be that. It'll probably be like Robbo will play an hour and then give Owen Beck then the rest of the game, for sure. But will Mo be back for Arsenal? Burnley? No. Definitely not Arsenal. I don't know if we play. When do we play Burnley? Let me quickly have a look. For you does, but just trying to think. You definitely won't be back for Arsenal. I know that for a fact. Let's have a look. I'm probably going to say you're looking at Brentford or Luton, I think, for Mo. Could even be longer than that, potentially, because again, he's out for a month. So, I think probably you're looking more around, I think, Brentford away is when you'll be back. But Talia will be Wembley South, dear boy. Yes, absolutely, Gary. Again, I'm hoping to get, I'd love to go to Wembley. But again, tickets are ridiculous, especially in a cup final as well. But look, overall, promising signs for Liverpool. I'm very much looking forward to seeing, again, us in another cup final under Jurgen Klopp. And just looking forward for the rest of this season anyway. But for me yesterday, my man of the match, again, it could be given to so many people. Again, Joe Gomez, Conor Bradley, Virgil van Dijk, McAllister. I thought Lucho as well had a really good game yesterday. I'm just trying to think. Who would I give man of the match to? Probably Joe Gomez. I thought Joe Gomez was really, really good yesterday. I'm just going to quickly look. What did I give on that? Did I give Joe Gomez man of the match? I think I did. So, I'm going to give it Joe Gomez for yesterday. It could be him or again, Konza, Bradley. I think those were up there. I think for sure, again, Maka as well. Gravenberch as well. I haven't really mentioned Ryan Gravenberch, but I thought he had a really good game yesterday as well. But again, if they, let me know your man of the matches, chat, before we do head off. But for me, mine's Joe Gomez. I thought he was brilliant yesterday. And, again, he's been brilliant so far this season. But Starwin will have his moment at Wembley again, Connor, hopefully, Gary. And again, hopefully against Chelsea. I want McAllister to absolutely take out Moises Caicedo against Chelsea, because that's going to be, Wednesday is going to be hilarious. The reception, I don't know if Lavia is going to play neither, but the reception that Moises Caicedo is going to get at Anfield, oh my God, it's going to be wonderful. And can absolutely love it anyway. But Lucho had a good game yesterday. Yeah, for me, he did as well. Again, getting back to his best. And, we looked at, 2 years ago, Lucho coming in was brilliant against Chelsea, and we hope that he can do the same as well anyway. But I'm going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Big up to all of you lovely people. Again, potentially 2 videos tomorrow. It's going to be a news. The first pre-record will be a news episode. I wanted to do this today, but obviously I didn't do the post-match yesterday, so kind of backtracking on that. So we're going to do a pre-record on Joshua Kimmich. Get that news to you, because of course Liverpool have been linked with Joshua Kimmich. And I have my thoughts on that as well, because little preview, I don't want Joshua Kimmich at Liverpool. So Kimmich to Liverpool, and we're going to do a pre-record for Norwich preview as well anyway. And of course, if you want to come over to the 1892 Reds TV as well, I will be on there at 6, I think, with Luke, to discuss obviously the Fulham game, the League Cup final as well, probably. So we'll be talking all about that at 6 o'clock. make sure you come over and have a look as well. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. See you guys later on. Ta-ra.